Hi, I'm Congressman Scott Perry. At the beginning of each week the Congress is in session, I send out a brief update about the bills the House of Representatives likely will consider. The bills this week are as follows. H.R. 3584, the Capital Access for Small Community Financial Institutions Act, which will allow small community credit unions to join the federal home loan bank system and provide mortgages to consumers. H.R. 2672, the CFPB Rural Designation Petition and Correction Act, which will create a process by which people can petition the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau to designate their county as a rural area. H.R. 4386, the Money Remittance Improvement Act of 2013, which will improve the process for people to send money to families overseas by simplifying the oversight of money services businesses. H.R. 3329, which would apply less stringent regulations on bank holding companies with less than $1 billion in assets. H.R. 3468, the Credit Union Share Fund Insurance Parity Act, which will expand federal deposit insurance to include interest on lawyer trust accounts and escrow accounts housed within credit unions. H.R. 2919, the Open Book on Equal Access to Justice Act, which will require tracking and reporting of Equal Access to Justice Act payments made by federal agencies via an online searchable database. H.R. 4292, the Foreign Cultural Exchange Jurisdictional Immunity Clarification Act, which will clarify that the importation of art for temporary display in the United States is not a commercial activity and that such art is immune from seizure. H.R. 863, which would establish a commission to study the potential creation of a National Women's History Museum. House Continuing Resolution 83, which would authorize the use of Emancipation Hall in the Capitol Visitor Center for an event to celebrate the birthday of King Kamehameha I. House Resolution 418 urges the Burmese government to end the persecution of ethnic and religious minorities. H.R. 2548, the Electrify Africa Act of 2014, which would extend the Overseas Private Investment Corporation to provide loans and insurance to help U.S. companies invest and expand in overseas markets. The bill also encourages companies and international organizations to increase access to electricity in sub-Saharan Africa. H.R. 4366, the Strengthening Education Through Research Act of 2014, which will extend the operating authority of the Institute of Education Sciences through 2020. House Resolution 565 calls on the Attorney General to appoint a special counsel to investigate improper targeting of conservative nonprofit groups by the Internal Revenue Service. A resolution recommending that the House of Representatives find Lois Lerner in contempt of Congress for refusing to comply with subpoena issued by the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform. H.R. 10, the Success and Opportunity Through Quality Charter Schools Act, which amends and reauthorizes charter school programs and the credit enhancement for charter school initiatives under Title V of the Elementary and Secondary Education Act. Additional items pertaining to the establishment of the Benghazi Select Committee may be considered this week as well. As always, if you have any questions or if I may be of assistance to you or your family in any way, please contact me at perry.house.gov. That's perry.house.gov. Again, I'm Scott Perry, and I hope you have a fantastic week.